A little boy witnessed his mother shoot and kill his father. Nearly 20 years later, gun violence would return in an unbelievable way. 48 Hours correspondent Richard Schlesinger went to one of the playgrounds of the rich and famous to reveal a family's history of violence. Here's a preview of tomorrow night's report.
Palm Beach is probably one of the richest places in the world. It's new money, Donald Trump, Howard Stern, old money, the Fords, the Dodge families.
Gossip columnist Jose Lambier has been covering Palm Beach society for nearly 20 years.
You're never at a loss for a story.
And in 1993, it was the image of an 11-year-old boy testifying at his mother's murder trial that captured Palm Beach's attention.
I was scared and confused.
911. There's been a shooting. Who was shot?
Jim Cooney, who was a lawyer, well-known, very popular in Palm Beach County, was killed by his ex-wife, Linda, in front of their 2 children.
My kids are in the closet. I got a gun.
The Cooneys were amongst the most established families in the Palm Beach area.
He tried to kill me. Who did? Jim Cooney.
She shot him 3 times with a .357 Magnum. She claims it was self-defense.
But from the very beginning, Lieutenant Scott Smith knew there was something strange about the case.
After she had shot a couple times, she actually went up to him and fired off another round. That was an execution.
Linda Cooney was charged with first-degree murder, and her son, Kevin, was the only eyewitness to the shooting.
It sounded loud.
At trial, Linda's defense argued that Jim Cooney attacked her with a knife, and Kevin testified that he saw something in his father's hand before the shooting.
It had a glary shine.
I think we lost the case at that point in time.
It took the jury just hours to determine that Linda Cooney was not guilty of murder.
Kevin's testimony exonerated his mother. So she was cleared of the murder in Florida, but guess what? 20 years later, she uses the same gun to shoot her son, Kevin.
Now, Linda Cooney is back in court, this time for the attempted murder of her son.
Next witness.
His testimony could make all the difference again.
Which way was this gun pointed when it was fired?
But will Kevin save his mother again?
Richard Schlesinger, oh my gosh, I gasped out loud when I heard that.
Yeah, so did we when we first heard about the story. What's remarkable is that she still had the gun, 20 years later. And what she did was, the prosecutors were astonished at this in Las Vegas, where her second trial took place. It turns out, after she was acquitted in Florida, she went and got the gun back for reasons known only to her. Wow. And 20 years later, used it again.
But what is a motive that a mother would shoot her son, especially a son that had testified on her behalf years ago?
Well, I don't think there's any real rational answer for that. Here's the prosecutor's theory that Linda Cooney controlled her 2 sons. She had 2 sons. She controlled who they talked to, who they dated. They had no doors on their bedrooms at home. And so Kevin, who was the son that she shot, was getting ready to move out. And the theory is Mama didn't like that.
Wow, and he's in that wheelchair now?
Yeah, it's really, there's sort of layers upon layers upon layers of tragedy in this story.
Yeah, sound like Mama got a couple of issues.
Had he talked about the original murder at all?
Sorry?
Had he talked about the original murder at all, and to anybody, was any reason to believe that he had confessed that he lied anywhere along the line?
Well, when he was 11, he didn't lie. He sort of was consistent.
That's my point.
The question was he brainwashed by his mother? That was the question 20 years ago.
Wow.
Now the question is, how could this have happened again?
That's
Richard,
a great
thank
tease.
you.
Saturday night, you got me.
You can see Richard's full report, Mommy Dearest. That's tomorrow night on 48 Hours. That's at 10, 9 Central here on CBS.